Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is January 2nd, 2026, and this is my weekly market review. We're reviewing the Dow 30, that's DIA, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. Happy New Year, everyone. The Dow started the year off like I kind of expected. The SPY and the Nasdaq didn't. They're still struggling. The Russell also started the year off green. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at this at this Dow 30. Let me maximize what I'm doing. Let me maximize this quarterly chart, resize this, and let's take a look and see what we see here. We see green. We're above pivot. Expect us to stay above pivot. I expect us to break all-time crazy highs this quarter and by the end of the quarter, unless something crazy happens in the world, which can happen, based on how things are in this country at this time. Anything can happen. But we are starting it off on a high note, green at least. Let's go ahead and go down to this monthly chart and see what we see here on this monthly chart. On this monthly chart, what we see, we are still above the 9-10 moving average, which is bullish. We're above pivot, which is bullish. We are green, which is bullish. Now everything is looking good here at this time on the Dow and all. That's what I would like seeing. But let's go ahead and go down to this weekly chart and see what we see here. And I'll zoom in here. On this weekly chart, we're seeing red. This red, it comes from the end of this week, which is Friday. So it kind of like lapsed over from last year. We was having some hard time at the end of last year. This thing was pushing down pretty good. But as you can see, we got a nice bullish tail on here in the last few days here, and this thing pushed back up pretty good. So we're looking kind of okay, but you got to be careful here, because what we have here at this time is a bearish harami. These two candles right here. So the thing is, we'll be looking, if you want to play you have to look for that confirmation candle, see if this thing want to go down. But I kind of really don't expect that. But again, always anything can happen. I expect us to be opening up above pivot come next week and staying above pivot, and maybe come even next week here where the Dow is looking, we may break that high and make all-time high next week. The Dow moved over $3, and we are at 483 at this time. The Dow, this is DIA, moved over $3. If you're looking at the big board and what they show on the news, they show you the future contract and they show you something else and all. This DIA is really only about less than $10 from that all-time high. At 483, our all-time high, let me back up here. Our all-time high, our high is at 489, and we're at 483. So like I say, it's only $6, $7, and we can be at all-time highs. That can happen. That's 700 points, though. Is that 700 points? Oh, that's 700 points. That's 700 points on the big boy. So can we move 700 points in a week? Yes, we can. So we got to be careful there. If you want to try to play this thing to the downside, and these people start getting excited and jumping into the market come the beginning of the year. So be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful. But that's that on the weekly chart. Let's go ahead and go down to our daily noise and wrap this on up. On this daily noise, kind of got a strange looking stuff going on here on this daily noise. We've been going down, we've been going up, we've been going down. Are we ready to go back up and make all-time high? This is one of those W patterns that we usually like trading on the Qs and stuff when we see stuff like this on an intraday type stuff and intraday type time frames and all. So that's why, again, based on what we're seeing right here, I would be careful about trying to short this based off of the higher time frame that we saw. Because again, we did have a downward channel. Yes, we did have a evening star and all. Yes, we did get confirmation of that, and we did get a small play on that, at the end of the year. The thing is, right now, with this thing getting ready to turn around, that downward play may be done with us going to be opening up above pivot come next week and looking at us going maybe higher. I'll at least get up here and start fighting these tops again in this top area again, where we're going to be fighting the whole sell-off back over here again. So be careful about trying to short this thing. based on what I'm seeing right here from today, and all the downside play may be done and all, and the upside play, if you do look to play it, may not last that long. Again, because it may not get over these two tops that we have here in the market. So be careful, be careful, be careful. This is what I see. This is what I have for you guys today and all, and for the week. Hope you guys have a prosperous new year. Be blessed. Talk to you next week. Have a good one. Bye. This is Right Side Trader. Boop. There we go. Have a good one. Bye.